Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Robinson here again. But unfortunately, Ani's asleep. So we're going to continue with our show number 4, 2026, because we want to get you guys prepared for a math test that should be coming up soon. And I know partial products and division should be on it. If you need help with your homework, there's Dial a Teacher Homework Helpline, and those people are very helpful. You can reach them at 212-777-3380, Monday through Thursday at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Give them a call. They're very nice people, and they will help you out. You can catch us on YouTube. My channel name is Dan Robinson, PKMS, Peekskill Middle School. And I ask that you subscribe to our channel, because we're getting there. And we need your help to get to that mark of at least 2,000, so we're getting close. You can not only subscribe to our channel, you could write me a note on how we're doing and what improvements you might want or what video you might be interested in. So write us, and I do write back. Check out our latest math movie, PKMS, Math Prep 19. Very good movie. I enjoyed that movie, and I think you will too. You could write us at x@drobmath1. You can catch us on Tuesday at 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. doing our Teacher Time show. That show is based on the life of a teacher. It could be seen on Peekskill and Ossining on Channel 15, Yorktown Channel 74, and New Rochelle Channel 76. And our Math Time show, of course, it's on Tuesdays as well from 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Same channels. All right, let's get going. So we're using partial products. So that's the name of the game. And when I think about it, it reminds me so much of the distributive property, and I might even make a mention of that as we go on. So, we want to multiply 345 times 6. All right, that's a pretty big number. So here are the steps that you need to know to deal with this problem. Step 1, decompose the 3-digit number or whatever digit number, break it down into its proper place value. Step 2, multiply each part by the second number, which is 6 in this case. Multiply the single factor, 6, by the decomposed parts of 345. Well, that's interesting. Can't wait to see that. So step 3 is add up the results from each step you got from item number 2. So the sum of the partial products. So let's see how this really works. So we're going to deal with the first thing, decompose the 3-digit number. What do we mean by that, decompose? Well, let's take a look at what we have here. We have the number is 345, and we want to break it down into the 300, the 40, and the 5. 3 different parts. If you add it all up, it still adds up to 345. So that's good to know. Step 2, we have to multiply each part of those decomposed numbers parts by 6. So 6 is going to be multiplied by 300, and that's 1800. 6 is going to be multiplied by 40, and that's 240. That's the tens place, by the way, the 40. So I know you want to say 4, but it's 40. And by the way, the 300 is the hundreds place. So we're going to multiply that. So 6 times 5, and that's the ones place, and that gives you 30. Now that we've finished doing all that partial multiplication, we're going to add up the results from each step to find the total. So the 1800 plus the 240 plus the 30, that equals 2070. So that's how you do it. So let's look at one problem. And 345 times 6 equals 2070. So let's look at one, and just in case you didn't get it, just rewatch the video part at the beginning there to go over the steps, so that way you'll be prepared. If you get it now, great. Follow along as we go along. So using partial products, 54 times 78. So our first step is to decompose, take down the 54 to tens and ones. That's 50 plus 4. And we'll also break down to the 78 to 7 tens, which is 70 plus 8. So we have it broken down. So we're gonna multiply 50 times 70, and I like to do a little bit of drawing on this. 50 times 70, and that's our first part. Then we're going to multiply 50 times 8. So let me just go a little cross multiply there. 50 times 8. But we're not finished yet. We have to also multiply 4 times the 70. And we're almost done with our multiplication. The last part we need to do is the ones. Multiply 4 times 8. And it looks like a butterfly. So that's most of the work right there. And that's a nice way to remember it. By multiplying, you have it as all the decomposed parts. So it looks like you covered everything. So multiply it. 50 times 70. Well, I do it a shortcut. 5 times 7 is 35, and I add 2 zeros to that, so that's 3,500. 50 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40, and put a 0 at that, so that'll give you 400. And 4 times 70, well, 4 times 7 is 28, and put a 0 there, so that'd be 280. And 4 times 8 is 32. So here is all of those answers that I just did. And now the last step, step 3, is to add everything up. So I'm adding up 2, and 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry the 1, so we bundle that up there. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12. And here's my 2 I put down there, and I got to carry or rebundle up the 1. And add that with the 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. So my answer is 4,212. Okay? So, I hope you got it. Because I want to talk about the matrix model with that same problem. So we have our box here with 4 different things that are going to go in there. And I'll tell you now the reason why it's only 4, because you got 4 numbers that are being multiplied. Sometimes it's going to be more or less, so you may not have as many boxes or rows in that case. So first thing we're going to do pretty much like the other step 1 we just read. We are going to decompose the 54 to 50 plus 4. So we'll put that on this side, and it doesn't even matter which side you want to put it on. And we're decomposing the 78. That's 70 plus 8. So in each box, we're going to do our multiplication, and that'll help us get the answer a little bit more graphically. So my first thing, I'm going to take the 50 and multiply it by the 70 to go in this first box here. So 70 times 50 is 3,500. And 7 times 5 is 35. And I put 2 zeros at the end, and that's why we get 3,500. So we got our first box filled up. So now we're going to go down to the 4 and multiply the 4, because 54 was part of that number. So we're going to take the 54 and multiply it by the 70. So the 54, and let me change color, by the 70. And that is equal to 280. So we are halfway done with our model. So we got to now fill in this part because we did not finish our multiplication. So now I know this looks big, but we're going to take the 50 and multiply it by the 8 and put it in that box. So 50 times 8 is 400. So 50 times 8, right in that box. So now we got almost everything filled up. Now we just got to go to this last box. In the last box, we're going to deal with the numbers that we haven't dealt with yet, the ones. The 4 is going to be multiplied by the 8 and go down there. So, and 4 times 8 is 32. So now that we got all of the boxes filled up with their numbers, their products, we're going to add them up. So we're going to take 3,500, 280, 400, and 32. We're going to add all of those numbers up. So let me go over here and write it out. So my first number I had was 3,500. The second number I had was 280. The third number I had was 400. And the last number I had was 32. So you add it up. 0, 0, 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 8 is 8. Plus 0 is 8, still 8. And there's a 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. So I put down my 1 here and carry up 1 there, one of those tenths. Now let me add it up. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 8 plus 4 is 12. So I'll put down my 2 here and carry over the 1 and regroup that and rebundle it up. So I have 1 plus 3 is 4. So I have 4,212. But this is done a different way using the matrix model. So I hope you enjoyed that matrix model. It's very good. So I hope you're getting something out of this video. And if you're not, watch it again until you can be clear in your mind. Try some practice problems. And I recommend, if you have IXL, get in there and practice. It's a 5th grade skill, by the way. Okay. I mentioned earlier we're going to be doing long division, so 945 divided by 4. So I have it set up with my divisor 4, my dividend on the inside of the division sign, and let's start dividing. 4 goes into 9 2 times, and I have graph paper there. And the reason why I have it is for spacing. Some students need to have proper spacing because it's hard to fit your work in little spaces. So I recommend you use graph paper to line things up, and that makes it a lot easier on you to see. All right, so let's keep that blue. 4 times 2 is 8, and when I subtract that, 9 minus 8 is 1. So now I'm going to bring down this 4 to make that 14, and I'm going to keep dividing. 4 4 goes into 14 3 times. And 4 times 3 is 12. And I'm going to subtract. 14 minus 12 is 2. All right, let me bring down one more number, the 5. And now I got to start dividing 4 into 5. So 25. So I do my little multiplication on the side sometimes to help me out when I'm dealing with big numbers. But 4 times 5, that gives me 20. And let me just check. 4 times 6, that's 24. I'm going to go with that one because that's as close as we can get to 25. So I'm going to say 4 goes into 25 6 times, and I'm going to subtract that. 24 from 25 gives me 1, which is my remainder. So my answer is 236, remainder 1. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the long division. Let's move on. Here's another one for you. Solving using long division. I noticed the numbers are starting to get a little lengthy. 8,271. I'll give you a minute to see if you can get some of the numbers in there, and pause the video and start working it out because I know you guys can do it. So take your time. And while you're working on that, I'll get a sip of water. All right. That's enough time for now. All right. 4 goes into 8 2 times because 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 minus 8 is 0. So now I'm going to bring down the 2 and see how many times does 4 go into 2. Oh, man, it doesn't. So let me put a 0 there and bring down the 7. What's nice about, again, this graph paper, it lines it up nice and neat for you. So I recommend you talk to your teacher and ask them, can you use graph paper on your test, because it'll help with the spacing. All right. 4 goes into 27. So let me see. My 4 times tables. 4 times 5 is 20. And I recommend make sure you check yourself by using your times table to see how close you can get. 4 times 6 is 24. That's pretty close, but let me just do one more. 4 times 7 is 28. Oh, that goes past it. So I got to use 4 times 6. So 6. 4 goes into 27 6 times, and 6 times 4 is 24, and I'll subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. 2 minus 2 is 0, so I don't need that. And I still see I got one more number I got to bring down. The 1, okay? So now I got to deal with 4 going into 31, but nice work over here, Dr. Rob. You have your 4 times table. Let me just go to 4 times 8, and that's 32. Close, but I have to use 4 times 7 because that equals 28. So 4 goes into 31 7 times, and 7 times 4 is 28. And I got to do a little bit of work here. So let me borrow from the 3, make that a 2, cross out the 1, make that 11. And 11 minus 8 is 3, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So my remainder is going to be 3. So my answer is 2,000, and I'll write it over here, comma. I don't like that, comma. Let me erase that. This is my eraser. Okay. Back. So 2067 remainder 3. And let's check that. 2067 remainder 3. Nice job, folks. I hope you got that right out there. So let us go to the next question. Oh, I hope you're understanding what's going on. If not, rewatch the video and hopefully you'll get it. If not, ask your teacher some questions and hopefully they'll be able to answer. Oh, it's Ani time. But Ani's not here. She's asleep. Oh well, next time, Ani. This would have been her question, so I'll leave it to you. Dr. Rob is thinking of 2 numbers. These numbers add up to 10. But their difference is 4. What are his numbers? That's a good question. I hope Ani girl will be ready for it, because guess what? You could write me and let me know what the answer is. So it'll be nice to hear from you that you know how to do it, because I want to help out my students who are in the upper grades. We'll bring that down a little bit. So watch the video if you're unsure and write down your questions. You can write me and I'll be glad to help you out. And we got these nice people from Dial a Teacher Homework Helpline. They will help you out as well. 212-777-3380. Monday through Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Don't forget, watch our show Math Time as well as Teacher Time. Teacher Time comes on Tuesdays on Cablevision, 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. You can see it in Ossining and Peekskill on Channel 15, Yorktown on Channel 74, New Rochelle, Channel 76. And that show's really for teachers, but you never know who's going to be a teacher. Maybe one of you young boys or young girls might want to become a teacher, so see what the teachers do. Check it out. Watch Math Time on Tuesdays, 4:30 to 5 p.m., same channels. And you could catch me on YouTube. My channel name is Dan Robinson, PKMS, Peekskill Middle School. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. Subscribe to our channel. You can even write comments. Let me know how I'm doing or how me and Ani are doing. So check out our movie Math Prep 22. That was the last Math Prep movie we made in 2022 before I retired. Tweet, I got a tweet there. X at Dr. Rob Math 1. And that was D Rob Math 1. Study with me and my girl Ani. If you like some more worksheets, some good stuff on this topic, write me, robinsonmath@aol.com. Coming soon, working on my book. So good luck to you all on your exam. I know you're going to do well because you're watching our tutorial videos. Buena suerte and a la exámenes. So that's it for me and Ani. Ani will be here next time to do her little part of our show. So my apologies, I'm a little late. But thank you for tuning in to Math Time, and I hope to see you next time on our show, Math Time. Bye-bye.